What's going on, RuneScape.com? It is your boy, Ojama Garrett's Ojama Mama, Ojama Blue Garrett's, Ojama Country, Special Summon, Ojama Knight from the Graveyard Garrett's, take up 2 of your monster zones, Garrett's, Ojama Man, Ojama Obama, you know, what up? You know, what's up? What's up, old school RuneScape.com, OSRS.com, RuneScape.com, what's up? It's Ojama Blue here, setting, you know, special summon Ojama Blue off SuperNimboMegaHamster.com. Yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, you know what it is. You know that it's Ojama Garrett's here, OjamaCountry.com. You know what it is. You know what it is. We're here with another, you know what it is. You know, we're here with another, what it is here. You know what it is. We're here with another tier list. Today on the, you know, YouTube.com. You know what it is. We're here with another tier list. And today we're going to be talking about content creators. So you know what it is. Lots of drama incoming, I think. Just because having an opinion about other people in this space, I feel like is very dangerous territory. But, you know, we're just going to run it down. And to tell you the truth, I don't know very many RuneScape content creators. So you know what it is. So I'm going to try my best. I looked up this list here, and it's like a bunch of people that I do know, a few people I do know, but most of these people I really don't know. So we're just going to run it down.com. You know what it is. Ojama Blue, Ojama Country, Ojama Delta Hurricane, Ojama Trio, limited to 1. You know what it is. This is going to be the content creator tier list. So like, comment, subscribe. Let's hop into it. I'm very nervous, but we're doing it anyway. So 100 tier lists. We're doing the content creator. Stick around to the end to see where I rank myself. This is me. Just laser eyes McGee over here. But anyway, yeah. So starting off, this is 25 buttholes. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to look everybody up. I want to just go with who I know and just talk about it. So this is 25 buttholes, and I'm going to put him at an A rank because he is very memery. I'm a very memey guy. I love memes. 25 buttholes is very, he's like the best side of what toxicity is supposed to be. It's really funny. And I love 25 buttholes, though the, you know, the Microsoft Sam voice goes hard as hell. It's just, I love watching it, but I can't stay hooked because the Microsoft Sam voice is a little bit slow paced. I'm very fast paced, high energy type guy. I have like very bird brain attention span. So that is a lot of the reason why I don't watch a lot of content creators to begin with. Because like most of the time when I'm looking up a video now on RuneScape or anything, I go to transcript and then I plop it into ChatGPT and ask for a summary and just read the Spark notes. So whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm just into building stuff, doing stuff, whatever. So the content creation, unless it's like really spicy slop, I'm not really watching it. But yeah, so this guy's Tasty Life, I'm pretty sure. And to tell you the truth, the only thing I've ever watched out of this guy is Behemoth and the Unethical Iron Man, which I did think was a super interesting series. But I didn't keep up with it or anything like that. But that's the only thing I've seen personally from the guy. But I think he's very charismatic. I think he has a good voice for YouTube. I think he puts a lot of effort into his videos and stuff like that. But just based on my personal tastes, which is going to be like, you know, the more 25 buttholes you are, the more I'm personally going to like you. That's just whatever. So this guy, I don't know who this is. It's a really cool icon, I guess, though. This guy, I also don't know who he is. It's just a standard, you know, RuneScape character with armadillo on, it looks like. And then I don't even know what that head is. This is Alfie, I'm pretty sure. And he's a Twitcher. I don't know. I don't really know what he does. So I guess I can't really comment on him. So yeah, I'll just leave it there. We'll play it safe. I can't even read this. So I don't know who that is. It's Assume. Let's zoom in. Asuka Yino. Oh wait, Asuka Yen OSRS. I don't know who that is, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Behemoth. I like Behemoth. It's news. That's gonna be Slop Tube. So Slop Tube. That's kind of what I see is like news and stuff like that. Yeah. I think it's pretty S tier. just because, you know, it keeps you in the loop, especially if you're a trader. You can see stuff incoming It'll help you speculate. So that's going to be also very high tier list for me. And also Behemoth put me on when I got that huge fall span. That was fucking awesome. They really put me on the map, I feel. See, Engineer, he does that like PKing stuff, like the hardcore, I like his voice a lot. I like that a lot. I like his voice. I think it's a very unique voice. He does like really good PvP stuff or whatever. He does like some really interesting series about like hardcore Iron Man locked to only PvP worlds or something like that. They have that fun little side series thing going on. But yeah. Alright, so moving on, we got this pepper looking thing. Does that mean that it's spicy content? I'm not sure who this is or anything like that. And you know, I realized I could do search images with Google on every single one of these guys, but that would be a very long, tedious process for me to look up all these faces. But I don't know. So now we have, is this Soup? Is this Soup? All right, okay, I will look that up. Soup, OSRS. Soup. Soup RS. Soup. Oh, that's a different phase. Maybe it's something else. Crumb OSRS? We figured it out, boys. He does like drama, right? Yeah. So this guy's high on my list because he does what? He's not even doing RuneScape stuff anymore? Now he's just straight up slot? Hell yeah. But yeah, he used to do like RuneScape drama. I love this shit. So he's gonna be S tier. Crumb, I don't know who you are. That's some anime girl. I don't know who that is. I don't know who this is. EVscape is gonna be up there because he's the only I'm a mass multi-logger. He's a multi-logger too. He does trading and flipping and stuff like that. Plus he commented on one of my videos and said he was rooting for me, so that's really cool. Big shout out to EVscape. I don't know what this is, so I'm just gonna say that. Flipping Old School also is gonna be like top of the S tier because he's big on market analysis and stuff like that. Very good about you know, big trends in the market and stuff like that. Really cool. That's, you know, obviously that's what I'm interested in because that's primarily how I play RuneScape is just flipping. I don't usually do anything else in the game anymore. Framed is really cool. He does a lot of PKing videos, I believe, right? Boom, 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 boom. Yep. So he's got a PKing video here, but I'm pretty sure he's done like those Snowflake Iron Man videos too. We'll just check out this. This is Become a Billionaire. Gridlock, yep. So he's done that stuff too. I really like this type of stuff. The Snowflake Iron Man I think is really interesting because I'm kind of like a hardcore, like when I play, so I play 7 Days to Die as well, and I'll do like insane challenges like that, like they do for RuneScape. I do for other types of games too, and I really like that. It's an interesting spin. Just like limiting play styles is really fun. I mean, I like it a lot. It's just really cool content. So that's also going to put you high on the tier list for me. So this is a gnome. This is the baby gnome. I don't know who that is, and like, is that Gnome Monkey? Gnome Monkey. Okay. I think I know this guy. Have I seen this guy's stuff before? Oh, yes. This guy's cool. Very charismatic guy. Does a lot of stuff. Talks about a lot of stuff. So I will put him up. And just because my particular taste, you know, with market analysis and mass multi-logging, Gnome Monkey, I haven't seen any content there. But he does do a lot of, like, talks. And I think he makes some fun stuff, too. Like, he's kind of like a news guy, too. He does tutorials, but some of the stuff I've been seeing out of him recently has been like the Yama stuff, and they talked about that. I don't know. Everybody did that. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, No Monkey I think is really decent content creator. I don't know who that is. I've seen this guy's face, but I don't know any of his content. I've seen that face before, though. This is a sweet penguin. Is that like Linux RuneScape or something? That'd be really cool. Is this Theoatrix? Or no, that's this guy, right? Who is this guy? Kawas ORS? Kawas? Is that how you say his name? This guy's pretty good. I like him. I don't remember like what he's made, but he's got gear. He's got like gear progression. Yeah, that was the last thing I was watching, as you can see here, but I think that's the last video I remember. He does very good, very nice presented information, really good guides. So yeah, that's really cool. So I'll throw him up in B tier for sure, just because in my own particular tastes, I'm not too super duper into that, you know what I mean? But I like that a lot. Kemp Q, I think he's done Snowflake Iron Man stuff, or what has he done? Or was it playing RuneScape Proper Real or something like that, or is that somebody else? Oh yes, playing RuneScape Proper Real. I really like that series, so he's gonna go to A tier for me. Whoops, that's not that guy. He's gonna go to A tier for me. I don't know who this is. Is that like mod? Is that like mod Ash or something? I don't know. This guy, don't know who that is. Don't know who this is. Wild Mudkip, I like him. He's very interesting. I'll put him in B tier. He does a lot of stuff too. He kind of like explores. I think he was just looking at I did watch his video about the new game. That new this one, yeah. I don't remember. The RuneScape MMO. I watched a lot of that. That was pretty cool. He does I did watch most of this. The Now More whatever. What else did he do? I guess I didn't watch a lot of this guy's content, but the few videos I did watch, I did enjoy. It's just, he hasn't popped up for me very much. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of content. I don't know who that is. Autoblock, okay, sorry. So Autoblock, I have the most utmost respect. The biggest, I will glaze Autoblock more than any other creator in the game. I think Autoblock's the GOAT. I think he's the best content creator. I think he's most charismatic. I think he's the hardest hustler. He's the best technical player in the game. Like, yeah. So, like, there's, like, PVMers and stuff like that who are all, like, better than him at PVM and stuff. But his deep, advanced knowledge on PKing and just the technical, I don't know. It's like art. It's like watching art. He's so good at it. Just from all the other PKing content I've seen, whatever. Autoblock is so... He's on another level. And I think that, honestly, because of that PKing mastery... If he decided to do anything else in the game, you know, with his ability to stream a lot, his ability to do so much in the game, his potential to do anything in the game, like he may not be the best PVMer now, but he easily could do it because of his, like, I would say that because he's become such a master at PKing, that his ability to learn is at a higher level than other people's higher, like, because he's gone so sweaty on this one thing. So if he just applied himself in that same regard to any other sphere of RuneScape, then he would, I feel like, vastly outperform everybody else in the game. So that's my big hot take. That's my big glaze. I know glazing, whatever, people talk shit about that, but I'm gonna pay respect where respect's due. And I salute Autoblock for being like the backbone of RuneScape. Personally, I think that's just me. So old school RuneScape as a content creator, I'm just gonna put him at C tier because, like, I don't know. I don't know. I really like Jagex, but I really don't like Jagex at the same time. You know, I got my own personal gripes with them and stuff, like my opinions on the game and stuff like that, whatever. But from a content perspective, they do the bot busting streams, and they are the, and I will give them credit where credit's due. Jagex is out of all the game companies in the world, I will say Jagex is the best. Like, out of corporate entities that represents video games, I would say Jagex is the best corporate entity. And just because of that, I'm gonna slide them up to the B tier just for that, because they do the best, like, for, you know, bowing down to the player base, communicating with the player base, reversing changes, having player voting in the first place, etc., etc., etc. I do not know anywhere a gaming studio that will take the time that they've had, or take the time that they have to make an attempt at trying to give the customer what they want. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, you know, hats off to Jagex for that. I will do that. I will show my bald head to Jagex for that. But, you know, in terms of content creation, I mean, like, this is a content creator or whatever, you know, I mean, like, their content is just whatever. I don't remember the last content I've seen from them, except for, like, the CEO speech about, whatever the CEO said about fucking, like, microtransactions and whatever, the interviewing and stuff like that. Like, their content is very, very, it's corporate, you know what I mean? It's corporate content, so it's not very, like, super great. Sir Pugger, this is gonna sound strange. I am vehemently against botting and real world trade and scamming and all that other stuff, but it interests me like no other. I love Sir Pugger's content because it gets to show the other side of RuneScape, the dark side of RuneScape. I have, like, there's, like, a part of me that really is interested in how that stuff works. Like, I will never bot RuneScape. I mean, I have botted RuneScape when I was a kid, got an account banned, haven't touched it since, right? Have I real-world traded before? I might have for a Yu-Gi-Oh card back in the day, long time ago, over 10 years ago. But, like I said, it's like, my morals, like, I stand on what my morals is, and it's trying to follow TOS to a T, to the, as much as possible, stay within the rules of RuneScape. I believe the rules of RuneScape should be followed to a T, but I am so interested in machine learning. That's why I'm really interested in botting and stuff like that too. Like I do I have a lot of projects going on where I'm working with like machine learning right now and stuff like that. And Sir Pugger, I've always been drawn to his videos of him talking to the botters and stuff and how their systems work and how they've been like playing that game of cat and mouse with Jagex and stuff like that. I think that's really, really interesting, and that's why I'm putting Sir Pugger's content into S tier. Though recently, I will say, no offense to the guy, but his content, I guess you can only talk about botting so much before it becomes uninteresting. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're trying to stay in the same niche, it's going to be kind of difficult to keep the same novelty there. So I will just take back what I was about to say, that his content was like going down. It could just be my own novelty. What is that called? Where like when you do something, it's never as good as it was before. Like when people try drugs or whatever, it's, chasing the dragon type thing. That could just be what I'm seeing his content through that lens. So I'm not going to sit there and just lambast his content. His content could be exactly just the same quality as it was before. I could have just changed. But yeah, Sir Pugger's content, I'm really into that. Don't know who this guy is. Don't know. I feel like I've seen this. He's got to be a PK, right? If he's got these robes on, he's got to be a PK. But yeah. So I don't know who this guy is. Rendy, in terms of I think when he came out of the scene, there's a lot of potential for this guy to be great. I think his first like breakout moments, like, and it is slop. Like, I guess it was like, it's not slop. Okay, let me try to think about this too specifically. It could be classified as it's slop, and I don't mean slop as like a negative connotation that is associated with slop. I mean, it was very dramatic events that brought Rendy onto the scene, if I remember correctly, that he exposed a big duplication glitch, which was going to murder the RuneScape economy. And then he started doing like, because he's a part of a glitch crew, so then he's doing like crazy challenges, and I thought that was super interesting. But just to me personally, I don't know. I just haven't really seen anything from Rendy. So I mean, obviously, how algorithmic YouTube is that if it's not spoon fed to you, you're not going to see it. So I mean, he popped on the scene. I mean, like again, I'll just say that again. I don't really watch content creators, so it's hard for me to make this list. But yeah, don't know who this guy is. Don't know who this guy is. Don't know who Skiddler is. I don't know who this guy is, but he's going to go. I don't know. He's got the marijuana hat and the joint. That's really cool. Oh, Swords of Concealing Light. Just because that's, I don't know why. Is this a content creator? Swords of Concealing Light? That's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's a very bad Yu-Gi-Oh card, but that's really funny. So he's going to go up in S tier because he is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. So if this is, I don't know the content creator in general, but he is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. I play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. So he is S tier for just that sheer factor of Yu-Gi-Oh-ness. I don't know who the genie is. I don't know who this guy is. Is this Soup RS like I was talking about before? Soup RS. Soup. What did he make? Is he the unusual moneymaker guy? Yes. Literally that title right there. But I think he does other stuff like that. If this is the same dude, then that guy, I like him a lot too. Let's go to his popular stuff. 2 years of hardcore iron. Okay, so he Gillinor Games. I think that was a cool, interesting. I think this. So I'm gonna put this guy up in. I'm gonna put him in S tier just because of the Gillinor Games. So how these games are gonna grow are things like Gillinor Games. It's good for him as a content creator, and it's good for everybody else that he is a content creator, because he's not a content creator who is just like. How do I say this? He's an S tier because Gillinor Games grows RuneScape overall. It just grows the game. Like, this is a community, you're inviting a bunch of different content creators and collaborating with them, and you're creating an event. So, like Deadman Mode, All-Stars or whatever, or Deadman Mode, Jagex is creating like these alternate seasonal things, leagues, stuff like that. And Gillinor Games is another thing of that, or another, breath of fresh air, another event, another theatrics, which gets people more invested into the universe of RuneScape. And because I could see from these video titles here, or from these views, that this is a very popular video title or video series that performed well, that it probably brought more, like, these are the types of things that are going to bring new players into the game, so it's going to grow the game, so it's good for RuneScape. And it's just a very positive event. It allows, it's an everybody wins type thing too. Like, nobody's being dragged for this. Like, it's just everybody who's involved is growing because of it. And I think that's very, very important for a content creation standpoint. So SparkMac, I have a love for SparkMac. I used to like when I did watch content, it was always SparkMac. He's very funny. I think he's charismatic. I think his content was super interesting. I think he put a lot of hard work into the grinds he put on. He's a pretty good PKer. He's a very good entertainer. His videos, I just remember, like his Dead Man Mode videos were really fun to watch, and I watch them habitually. He did that one with like the casket opening. I think that was the last one I think I watched. Again, I'm going to say it a million times. I haven't really watched a lot of RuneScape content creation, but SparkMac he's one of them dudes who's like, you'd want to have a beer with him, and he's like a very really cool guy, it seems like. Yeah, so I just really like SparkMac. Don't know who that is. Is this Torvesta? No, that's Torvesta. So I don't know who you are. Theatrics, I think he's really good for the game for the same reason that Soup's good for the game for making for theater. I think Theatrics is like a guide spammer. I think, let's just look him up. Not a spammer, but I say that in a way to insinuate that he is making a lot of videos. He makes a lot of videos, 415, and if we look at them, guide. So he's like the RuneScape wiki in video form, which is just another medium for players to join up with RuneScape, and that's really good. He does news as well, which is really good. It's just like if you're like a player who's looking to get better at RuneScape, this would be a channel that you must subscribe to. And that's what I'm saying. So it's the same reason that Soup is really good for the game, because Theatrics said community building through events, and then Theatrics is going to be very good for guides and building. There's other content creators I'm sure that are doing it, but I know this guy for making guides, so I know that it's like very good for the community. Torvesta, I did watch a lot of Torvesta. He was one of my go-to for PKing content. He just makes good PKing content. Not nearly on the level as Odablock. For how high, because I think Odablock and skill or whatever, and I'm not trying to make people feel bad or whatever. As you'll notice, I haven't dropped anybody into the C tier or created D or an F tier, because I don't believe there is a bad content creator in this list, because I either don't know you, and if I've heard of you, I think you're a decent content creator. There's no, some are better than others, whatever, but it's all going to be about preferences. You know what I'm saying? Just because I feel a certain way about somebody doesn't mean they are objectively better or worse than anybody for any other reason. It's just whatever. But I'm saying, but anyway, so yeah, back to Torvesta. He made good content. I liked his content, but he had that fitness journey too, where he got super swole too. So it makes him pretty cool. I don't know who this is. Bodhi is gonna be when I first started getting into RuneScape, being a sweaty. When I was building my Zerk and shit like that, and when I was playing RuneScape, when I was playing RuneScape, where I wasn't just trading 10, 12 hours a day, Bodhi was always up. From PKing content to PVM content to hardcore Iron Man content to, he kind of does it all, and he's just always good to watch. I just always feel like he's Irish or whatever, Scottish. I'm sorry, whatever. He's got that accent. It's what makes it really fun to listen to, but whatever. I think he's a really good content creator. I really liked his Dead Man Mode content. I think he's really high energy guy. It's really fun. Don't know who this is. Don't know who this guy is. And now it to me. And so Ojama Blue Garrett's is going to be, in my opinion, a C tier content creator. I'm really niche. Let's see. How do I judge myself? I'm not confident in really a lot of my abilities. I haven't really I have a lot of projects planned. Road to Max Plat is such a massive goal that I don't think I was trying to put out content on the daily, own a block and stuff like that, but then that kind of fell through. There's I have a lot of ideas and stuff, and I got my whiteboard full of a bunch of ideas and stuff that I need to work on, and I have a lot of plans for the future, but as of today, I'm just I don't have a lot of confidence in my guy. I try to help people. I'm trying to help people become better flipping and stuff like that, and doing these tier lists and just keeping content coming, but I'm not confident in myself as a content creator. Maybe if I keep going hard for a few more years, then I'll be a B tier or something like that. Or, I can start getting some more money in so I can invest more in production and shit like that. Or, I don't know. There's a big list of things that have to happen before I feel like the vision I have for what I want to be as a content creator actually can come out. But you know, I'm just doing with what I can for what I got right now. So that's kind of where I feel like I am on the list. I'm nowhere near any of these other creators in terms of value I feel in the RuneScape community, and that's just how I feel. So there's kind of so I guess this is my RuneScape content creator tier list. I don't even know if this is an extensive list. I know there's a crap ton of creators out there, and I know I missed probably a lot of them. Probably I missed a lot of them that are even like well known or top of the list or anything like that. I don't know, but I just needed to get a crack at it. So thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.